Hi everyone. I wanted to make a mini vlog about this book that I'm reading currently, The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. The summary reads: The year is 1327. Brother William of Baskerville arrives at a wealthy Italian abbey on theological business. When his delicate mission is overshadowed by seven bizarre deaths, Brother William turns detective. He collects evidence, deciphers secret symbols and coded manuscripts, and digs into the eerie labyrinth of the abbey, where extraordinary things are happening under the cover of night. And this labyrinth is basically the library of the abbey. So this is at its core a murder mystery, which is inspired by Sherlock Holmes. The name of the protagonist is William of Baskerville, and he solves a crime. But at the same time, this is deep in just Christianity. And Christianity at the time, during 1327, apparently, the Pope was John the 22nd, and he had deemed all spirituals heretics. And spirituals are basically a suborder of the Franciscans who believe in the poverty of Christ. But the Pope wanted property, and the Pope wanted to have legislative rights over land, over earthly matters. So he just called that, he declared that all spirituals are basically heretics and they should be burnt at stake or tried. They should go through a trial, first be arrested and then should go through a trial at the least. The king was against the pope, and hence the king supported the Franciscans as enemy's enemy. And at this abbey, there is a theological debate between the bishops and clerics of the pope and the imperial theologians from the king's side. There is a meeting that is going to happen, negotiations that are going to happen, and the protagonist William of Baskerville is one of these negotiators. He's one of the people who is going to attend the meeting, and he comes to this abbey for that purpose, and then gets sucked into this mystery, basically over a book. Um, I'm rereading this book. Basically, I had read it the first time last year around this time. Yeah, I'm rereading this book, and this time I'm taking it very very slow, because this is a lot of information, at the same time there, and very very deep concepts of what is heresy, or if there is penitence, which is written in the book and as an idea, and how penitence can be used for bloodshed, or how that can, what is written in the scriptures can lead to something like that. So it's deep in all these, in just these concepts and these ideas. So I'm reading it a little slow. I'm into so and it, This is a book about 7 days. I'm at the end of the fifth day now. Once I finish, I'll make one more. Thank you if anybody is watching. Hi everyone, so I finished reading The Name of the Rose, and I planned it in a way where I finish it on the 19th of February, because today happens to be the death anniversary of the author, Umberto Eco. So requiescat in pace, Umberto Eco. I don't want to talk too much about the murder mystery aspect of this book, because there are so many other detective stories. You could read Sherlock Holmes or Hercule Poirot or Byomkesh Bokshar Peluda. What makes this book stand out is really the theological debates and the theological discussion and discourses that it has. And one of the most interesting ones, which also has a very important part to play in the murder mystery, is the use of laughter and the use of comedy in portraying divine truths, right? So there is this debate: did Jesus Christ laugh? Did Jesus Christ use wit to portray divine truths, or to match someone else's wit to make them understand some sort of truth, some sort of religious truth or divine truth? And there is a huge debate on it. What do you think, the people who are watching? Do you think Jesus Christ laughed? If you're Christian, if you know about it, please tell me in the comments below. I would like to know more about it. Of course, standing in 2023, where humor is considered to be one of the most important intellectual assets of a human being, we live in the world of memes, right? So we know what humor is. But this is happening in the 14th century, and although there were books, like there was apparently this book called the Cena Supriani, which used nonsensical images to portray divine truths, right? But Yet there were people, and there was a school of thought which considered comedy, or at least comedy to portray religious scriptures, as blasphemy, right? And that becomes a really important aspect in the book. I won't go into spoilers. And one more thing, as deep as this book is in theology, in the study of God, at the end, I feel it says that there isn't a God. Human beings need a God, need to believe in something, not necessarily a God. It can be a piece of stone. But humans, in order to live their lives, need to believe in something. That doesn't mean there is a white old man with white beard and white hair sitting atop the clouds. I'll read you a part from the book which goes, it's hard to accept the idea that there cannot be an order in the universe because it would offend the free will of God and his omnipotence. So the freedom of God is our condemnation, or at least the condemnation of our pride. I dared for the first and last time in my life to express a theological conclusion. But how can a necessary being exist totally polluted with the possible? What difference is there then between God and primigenial chaos? Isn't affirming God's absolute omnipotence and his absolute freedom with regard to his own choices tantamount to demonstrating that God does not exist? William looked at me without betraying any feeling in his features, and he said, how could a learned man go on communicating his learning if he answered yes to your question? And also, I mean, like the monks who study and pray and study and pray day in, day out, they need a sort of a higher power to dedicate all that hard work to, so they don't take it upon their intellectual pride. And that concept really stands out to me. Have you read Name of the Rose? What do you think about it? If you have read it, please do let me know. I do look forward to a discussion. Comment below. And if you know people who have read it, please spread the word. Thank you so much.